Dzień dobry, witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie i panie i panów. Jedziemy dalej z finalem dzisiaj. W pokonaniu kubki zobaczymy, co nas dalej czeka. Zobaczymy, co nas tu dalej czeka. Tak, zobaczmy sobie, co tu możemy zrobić. Grom z jasnego nieba. Porozmawiaj z Ottem. Czekajcie chwilę, muszę coś wyłączyć. Dobra. Co tam masz dla mnie, nektarze? A, boski nektar. Obejrzyj tablicę łowiecką. Ma coś. Jest coś nowego. Błotniste morderstwo? Aha, czyli z tego jest... Już wiem, do czego to jest. To jest do kolejnego setu smokobójczyni. Urwiska Jastrzębiego Krzyku, Rosaria. Zrobię sobie zdjęcie, żebym od razu to zrobił po drodze z zadaniami pobocznymi, żebym tu nie biegł. Czekajcie, zrobimy fotkę. Przyspieszy mi wszystko. Czy tylko czy jest czytelne? Nie. Tak, to nie poczytam. Czekajcie, muszę sobie zrobić dokładne zdjęcie. Solidne. Dobra, damy radę. Teraz jest w miarę czytelne. I to jest już na A. To nie jest byle jaki poziom.
And how may I assist you today? How may I help you today? One must understand one's place in the world.
Dobrze. Ludzie skały. Królewscy rycerze Walodu. Królestwo Walodu. Ale to jest dziwne, bo Królestwo Walodu jest tutaj, a zareagowało zupełnie przez dalemakie i inne rzeczy. Nie wiadomo jak. Sami się ludzie pojawiają w dziwnych miejscach.
Very good.
Dobrze, zobaczmy, co Otto ma do powiedzenia.
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
Oh, she's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the Cursebreakers and their other friends in the West, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
Right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Mid. When did you get back?
Just now.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvas in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige.
Oczywiście, że tak.
While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare. Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while.
Po co jej machasz, jak jest tak blisko?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstaking.
Od kiedy stoisz naprzeciwko kogoś na, nie wiem, 5 metrów i machasz mu rękami?
I'll take that as a compliment.
To się robi przynajmniej w Polsce, jak się odchodzi od kogoś. To można pomachać, jak już krzyczeć nie ma sensu.
So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on. Breath of fresh air. Bloody tempest, more like. Oi, Otto, you got my gill?
Przyszedł żebrać.
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying. Little.
The storeroom, was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
Dobrze. Ja to nie wonderuję już dalej. O. Inna rzecz mnie interesuje. Czekaj. U niego.
Clive. Anything catch your eye?
Okej.
Seen enough?
Czyli jest tylko polowanie. I tutaj rzeczy. No to zrobimy łowieckie od razu. Nie ma co się bawić. Zobaczmy, co tu mamy. O, weźmy poty. Kupmy. Jeśli mamy iść na polowanie.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. Is that all?
Tak jest, to jest wszystko.
Back, are ya? What do you
Tak
want?
zobaczę tylko, czy on czegoś nie ma. Ale nie. Dobra. Moi drodzy. A, list jeszcze mam. O, właśnie. Do domu. Okej. Czekajcie, przeczytam sobie, gdzie jest ten boss do ubicia z tablicy łowieckiej. Urwiska Jastrzębiego Krzyku, Rosaria. Ale ja tu nie mam czegoś takiego chyba. A nie, jest. O, od razu znalazłem. Twierdzi, że nie ma i jedzie w pierwsze miejsce, od razu znajduje. Dobra, i gdzie to ma być niby? Który pojawia się na bagnach i moczarach. Dobra, bagna i moczary. No to bagna i moczary? Gdzie tu są bagna i moczary? Tu pewnie się pojawi. Dobra, nieważne. Wsiądźmy na swojego konika.
Ready, go?
Żebym nie musiał ze wszystkimi walczyć. To jest genialna rzecz, jak mogę wsiąść na to i... Bagna i moczary. Gdzie tu są bagna i moczary niby? Nie czuję tego. Serio? Tu mogłyby być. Ale to jest już... No siadam, no i co? Tu! Znalazłem. Książęcy Flan, ranga A. Dobra, gdzie jest ranga S? Dawać mi S, a nie A. Dobra, weźmy kubki. Zobaczmy, jak to działa. Co to było? Ja muszę przytrzymać, żeby były mocniejsze te ataki? No nie to chciałem skorzystać, ale dobra, nieważne. Nie wiem, to on... No właśnie, co on zaatakuje czym? A, więc to jest takie coś. Okej. Wszystko dostałem. Trochę zadaje obrażeń, wam powiem. Okej. Ale coś to mi nie pasuje. To nie jest chyba ten atak, co ja miałem mieć. Okej. Co się ze mną działo?
I failed.
Nieźle. Okej. Jeszcze nic mnie nie sklepało w tej grze. Dobrze, ale to moja wina, bo nie używałem potów. Ciemna furia, ja sobie tego nie wyposażyłem. Teraz mi się przypomina. Dobra, nakręcenie to ja bym zostawił. A, zasięg się zwiększa, rozumiem. Dobra, ale tego ostatniego nie będę musiał. No, to ostatnie nie. To nie jest do ładowania. No, to są ładujące się ciosy. To tutaj też mi to trochę nie odpowiada, że są ładujące się ciosy. Tamten mi się... Elektryczność mi się nie podobała, bo... nacelowanie mnie denerwowało, a tu z kolei denerwuje mnie już... Znowu przytrzymywanie i ładowanie, bo to... Ja lubię ataki, które szybko... Rzucasz skilla i walczysz. Rzucasz skilla i walczysz, bo wtedy się skupiam na unikach, a nie skupiam się na tym, żeby animację w dobrym momencie, żeby się pasek załadował. To odwraca wzrok i dostajecie obrażenia, których byście normalnie nie dostali. Nie jest to takie... Możliwe, że wrócę do grzmota. Dopóki nie dostaniemy następnych żywiołów. Możliwe, że tak będzie. Dobra, druga runda. Lecimy z drugą rundą. Dobra. Okej. Nie widzę nic. Dobra, mamy to. Okej. Znowu życie kulami. Okej. To jest właśnie to. Znowu przyjąłem damage. Ale to już nie będzie takie proste. O. Ja nie wiem, jak to zaatakuje i w tym jest problem. No właśnie. Chyba spudowałem. Właśnie. Podwójne zaklęcie. Dobra. Dobra, mamy to. Nie widzę, co się dzieje, więc nie mogę podjąć akcji. Jednak ta elektryczność dobrze się łączyła z wiatrem. A teraz trochę... Trochę powiem wam, że nie wiem, co robić czasami. Okej. Drugie zaklęcie od razu rzucił. Co to za łapka? Co to za łapka? Co to za łapki? Weźcie to, powalcie, bo to mnie... Nie wiadomo, czym to atakuje. Nagle jakieś łapki, nagle to, tamto. Dobra, użyjmy eliksiru, bo te łapki są dziwne. Dobrze. On też ma łapkę. Straszne są te łapki. Drugie zaklęcie. Dobra. Co to za elektryczność jest znowu? Co to znowu wymyśliło? Ten potwór to jest niemożliwy. Coraz więcej niespodzianek daje. Dobrze. Odciągnijmy go. Niech się spaluje. Dobra. Załóżmy tarczę. Oj, dostałem. Dobra, leż. Oła. Znowu łapka. Dwie łapki. I uderzenie w podłoże, wiem. Okej. Mam cię. Dobra, ja wypiję potiona, chcę mieć pewność, że to zginie. Nie chcę znowu walczyć, nie wiadomo jak to atakuje do końca. Dobrze, leż. Trudność na tym potworze polega na tym, że no nie wiadomo z czego atak pójdzie. Czy to będzie laser, magia, czy łapki, fapki, nie wiadomo co. Galaretowata masa. No dobrze, ale nie mam...
Whatever it was.
No właśnie, level byliśmy w ogóle. No i co? No i tym zakończyliśmy chyba. Ale ja nie mogę nic skrawcić, bo nie mam tego jednej rzeczy. Szkoda, nie zapoluję na to samo. Szkarlatyny nie mam, czy jak to się tam nazywało? Nie szkarlatyny, chłopie. Jak to się nazywało? Zaraz zobaczymy. A jestem pewien, że nie mam tego czegoś. Szkarłaty. No i co? Dużo się nie pomyliłem. Prawie ten sam wyraz. Szkarłatyt. A szkarlatyna. Blisko. Dobra, moi drodzy, zapiszemy sobie, bo ja nie chcę. Na litość boską nie chcę powtarzać tego czegoś. Dobra. Można fabułę cisnąć dalej. Na luzie.
Come on, Otto.
Blackthorn may be the manliest of men, but he does lack a certain tenderness. Goots, meanwhile, is as burly as a behemoth, but as innocent as a babe in arms.
Okej.
Thank you, Sid, for coming back to us. You're the glue keeping this place together.
Czy ja mam wrażenie, że tu się nagle powiększyła nasza siedziba, ale chyba nie. Ja po prostu nie chodziłem tędy, bo nie było sensu.
You took your time?
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering, told me everything he knew about it, then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me, that one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well, well, well. If Sid could see you now. All right? I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
Ale ona szybko gada, ludzie. Nawet nie rozumiem tego angielskiego tak dokładnie, bo jest taki, którego nie lubię.
Materials and tools. Karen and Blackthorn.
Mam na myśli zapluty angielski. Dokładnie taki to jest angielski. Gada tak szybko, że słowa nie łączą się między sobą praktycznie, tylko są urywane. Najgorszy możliwy typ wypowiadania się. Wypowiadać z taką niechlujnością. tylko ja tak nie pędzę, jak coś mówię. Ja staram się mówić jak najszybciej, jak się tylko da. To brzmi, jakbyś miał motorek
You busy?
w, no, ustach.
I have a commission for you from Mid. She requires certain tools.
Zestaw podręczny. Ciekawe, czy dzięki MID zmieni się coś tutaj.
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? We'll see what I can do.
Statek powietrzny. Okej. Co my się w Avengersów bawimy? Będziemy mieli statek lotniczy tutaj? Okej. O, tu karczma jest cały czas. Ciągle jest dla mnie zakaz wstępu. O!
I can't wait to see what Mid's going to build us this time.
Was wondering where you got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list. Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for payment,
It's paid 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
And what can I do for you?
Co ty masz niby nowego? Ja nie rozumiem. Co to jest? Myśliwska przepaska na biodra. Okej, karwasze, które i tak są gorsze. Tu mamy to kupione. Silne mikstury. No tak, walczyłem z tym dziadem. Najpierw mnie sklepał, a później... Co mam powiedzieć? Naklepałem go.
I'm not much bothered either way.
Back, are ya? What do you want?
Odłamek ziemi, uderzenie pioruna. No właśnie. A ja mogłem sprzedać to uderzenie pioruna? Toczak. No dobrze.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Toczak. Tutaj uderzenie pioruna, język płynie, ryk burzy. A tutaj toczak. Śmiesznie. Łańcuchy bojowe.
Anything else?
Dobra. Nie, czy lepiej nie sprzedawać. O, teraz tak. Do roboty. No to do roboty, idziemy. Nic lepszego nie mamy do zrobienia w tej grze póki co. Więc fabuła nas interesuje. Ciekawe, co będzie przez warsztat. Co się odblokuje wtedy.
Should be enough to... How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch them, we'll all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right. And he is a friend of the cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
Teraz gdzie mam iść? A, zajazd Marty, dobrze. To tak się klikało. Pomyliły mi się znowu przyciski. 1000 kombinacji przycisków w tej grze i dlatego tak jest. Nie ma logicznie, że tam w coś wchodzisz i coś wchodzisz, tylko łączysz jeden za drugim klawiszem i później się coś pomylić może.
Clive, what
Już dawno tu nie byliśmy u Marty.
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there then.
Dobrze, teraz tak, w którym to jest kierunku znowuż? Tam. Najgorzej, najdalej. Tu nie mogę oczywiście wezwać swojego pupila. Ale to już tak. Jak się pojawił za moim ciałem, tak żebym nie widział, że się pojawił. Ale ta gra jest perfidna. To było perfidne. No ale dobra, najważniejsze, że się pojawił, więc no gdzie, to już nieważne. Ale żeby postacią przesłonić miejsce, że on się pojawia, dobre. Dobra, nie mam czasu na was. O, mam 32 poziom, a nie będę walczył z 20, bo nic mi nie dacie. Sensownego. To mam questa w ogóle do zrobienia. Jak tak robię, że pod uwagę, że ja mogłem być na Chocobo.
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you now? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me.
That's the spirit.
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course.
Wszyscy coś ode mnie chcą, no. Jakieś zapychacze.
There's Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you? Any
Tak,
chance-
jestem Wiedźminem.
It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you kindly. And take care.
No dobra. Taka sam misja. Misja zabij wszystko. Zabij stwory, no i już. Proste, proste.
This
Dobra, teraz tak. Wiemy jak to zrobimy. Już mam obmyślane. Najpierw ściągniemy je wszystkie w jedno miejsce. Patrzcie, najpierw je tutaj. Teraz podrzućmy nimi. O, nowi są. Tego się nie spodziewałem. Ja wiem, że tam jeden jest za mną. Jeszcze? Jeszcze tak nie było ich dużo. Aha! Już chciałem unik robić, ale nie zdążyłem. To było za szybkie. Serio? Myślałem, że się skill aktywuje. Oj, to było słabe. Jeszcze raz użył do skoku. Dobra. Odzyskajmy sobie zdrowie. Ha! Oj. Mam cię. Leż. Masz kamieniem. Dam ci kamienia. I koniec. 30 000 obrażeń. 30 000. Jest siła.
That should do it.
You made short work of that lot.
Zdałem więcej niż z błyskawicami kiedykolwiek.
Thank you, son.
Tam chyba było ze 20 co wtedy, ale i na broń była.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Though it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
Dobra, wiecie co? Tu nie byliśmy, dlatego się przejdziemy tu. Zobaczymy, co tu w ogóle jest. Dobra, ale mam pomysł, że to... Serio? To nie mogę jej... Okej. To podłe. Nie mogę jej tu przyzwać. Mojej kruszynki. Dobra, moi drodzy. Idziemy, tu się przyjdziemy, pójdziemy dalej, zobaczymy co jest jeszcze dalej. A co? Ja to chcę zajrzeć. Tu nie mogę wejść oczywiście. Ale to mnie interesuje co jest, wiecie? Tu mogą być jakieś sensowne itemy. Albo i nie. Rudy wirytu. Okej. Nic tu nie ma, rozwalona chałupa. Tam jeszcze dalej jest przejście do czegoś. Może tam jest jakiś stwór. No zaraz tam się przejdziemy. Okaże się, że jest znany potwór. Dobrze. Powiem wam, że pies tak zaszczekał, że aż usłyszałem w słuchawkach na zewnątrz. Bardzo możliwe, że się nawet go słyszeli w mikrofonie. U mnie, jak mówiłem. No dobra, chyba możemy tam iść, bo tu już nic więcej chyba nie ma. Dobra, idźmy dalej. Ja tak jak mówiłem, chcę sobie wszystko zobaczyć. O, to na pewno będzie jakiś potwór. Jak nie teraz, to później. Ostre kły. Nie ma szans, żeby tu nie było potwora w którymś momencie. Nie ma na to szans. O, tu będzie walka z potworem. To jest 1000%. To teraz nie ma. Dobrze. I teraz tak. Hop. Tak jest. Tam się chcemy steleportować. Teraz jakaś spokojniejsza część fabuły widzę. Jakaś taka pimci-rimcim, jak to się mówi. Byle co po prostu. Już nie wiem, czy słowa nie pomyliłem. Pimci-rimcim. Może to jest od tego drugiego słowa uzdrobnienie, umniejszenie. Użyjmy innego. A jakiego słowa mogę użyć? Błahostki. O, może takiego użyjemy, co? Teraz się zajmujemy błahostkami.
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Martha's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
Czy tylko ja mam wrażenie, że ona trochę taka jest? No, nakręcona.
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Okej, jest Jill. O, ale się odblokowało pobocznych. Dobra. To teraz, moi drodzy, robimy... Aha, to i tak tu muszę wejść, żeby... Dobra, wszystko jasne.
Clive.
Talia, how's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgal. He must have found something.
Super Torgal. Torgal to jest super Torgal.
Don't keep Gav waiting. He seemed excited.
Medyk?
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you. No one knows Herblot like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple.
Dobra, ja się napiję, bo widzę, że się długa gada.
Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
Bright blue blossoms. Kuba, czy coś masz dla mnie? Wszystko zrobione. Zobaczmy jeszcze jedną rzecz. Jeszcze u niego. Brak. No i dobrze, czyli tylko te tutaj.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of curse breakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market.
Cole zaginął.
Moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A curse breaker managed to release the Stolas amid the confusion, but this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous, but I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down.
Kolejne zadanie i kolejne zadanie i kolejne zadanie. Idziemy. Myślałem, że tak zręcznie wskoczę. Lecimy. Ach. Zejdź ten przycisk. Okej. Dobra. Teraz ten. Teraz ten atak.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while.
Dobrze, następny. Tutaj.
Slavers don't even bother.
Czy tam jest teleport? No jest, ale różnica jest tak mała, że nie ma co się teleportować. Ale mój kurczak mnie tam dowiezie szybciej. Podoba mi się to, że dali tu kurczaka, mimo tego, że live biega w podobnym tempie. No, kurczak może biec kiedy chcesz. Jesteś w pobliżu celu, ale jak mam wiedzieć, w którym kierunku jest cel? A, okej. Dobra, co tam Cole słychać?
Glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack. She's been worried about you.
I sent a runner to the dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision. Now where's the carriage?
The goblins may still be out there.
You have duties to attend to here. See to the injured. I'll handle the rest.
All right. Just follow the path to the south. You'll come across the carriage soon enough. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers, the poor souls will be eaten alive.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you. And Sid, it's good to see you.
Don't thank me just yet.
Jest sens? Chyba nie ma. Jestem za blisko.
They're trying to get into the carriage.
No i dostałem, no. Dobra. Ciągnijmy ich wszystkich. Teraz. Zobaczmy, ile tarcza wytrzyma. Raz, 2, 3, 4. Ha! Tarcza jest fajna. Dobre tarcze jest. Podoba mi się. Titan. Raz, dwa. Oj! Bo mi się tarcza odwróciła. No i się wypalił, no. Pokonani wrogowie.
Who are you?
A friend. Are there any more survivors?
Just
Why
two
didn't
of
you
you.
flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
O Bosiu.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety, the life you've been denied. Come with us. Let us protect you.
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then. Thank the gods.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you. Your lives are your own now.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let Doris know we're expecting new arrivals.
No i teraz wracamy do kryjówki. Siup. I kryjóweczka. Oddajemy zadania poboczne i idziemy na główną misję. Misję.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. A stolus from the Dame arrived not long after you left. If I'd just waited a little longer, I might have been able to deal with things myself. Or maybe I wouldn't. I keep making the wrong decisions.
Cole and the others got home safely. You made exactly the right decision.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I sent Cole and you after them woefully unprepared. What kind of leader sends people into danger without considering all the risks? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a curse breaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
Tchnienie ognia. O, następną rzecz mamy u niej.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Here you are.
350.
I may have more for you.
Co my żeśmy dostali teraz za item? To mnie interesuje. On jest w wyposażeniu. Piętno wilka strasznego. Zwiększa obrażenia zadawane kombinacją o 5%. Nie wiadomo tak naprawdę, które itemy są najlepsze. Tu ciężko się domyślić.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Amoniaku nie.
Oh yes. This is it.
Nie wiem, czy zauważyliście, ale specjalnie, żeby nie robić itemów ani tego, co oni sobie podają, kamera jest tak ustawiona, żeby ich ręce były niewidzialne. I dodali tylko dźwięk. Bawiąc się w ten sposób, robi się taka animacja, że dodaje się tylko dźwięk, udaje się, że on mu coś dał, a w rzeczywistości to postać nawet nie ruszyła ręką, żeby to odebrać.
The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives, and the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Taya. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physicist's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter.
Coś w tym jest.
Not again.
No dobrze, moi drodzy. Fabuła główna. Idę po ciebie. Godzina zadań pobocznych i innych rzeczy. No trochę fabuły też było. Nie wiem, może 3 godziny nagramy. Zobaczymy. Kończę w takim momencie jakimś sensownym.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and, seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen.
Mówiłem, że to wypasiony pies.
Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the The annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva.
A tak, było tak na początku, ona go trzymała na rękach.
Just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
No wiecie co, ja dawno wiedziałem, że to jest najlepszy pies.
Regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are!
O, przyszła ta.
For you. Bernard's here.
Już,
I need you to introduce us so
już szaleje.
I shall be a moment.
Już szaleje dziewczyna. Jakiś czas później.
Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else.
Jako
But I promise I'll
dwa.
pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you,
Bez napisu bym tego nie zrozumiał.
Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them.
Ale ucina końcówki. Makabra. W ogóle wywala nawet wyrazy niektóre. Są skróty niemalże myślowe.
Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
We have everything we need to begin work in earnest.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Dobrze, okej. Czy tu się coś odblokowało fajnego w związku z tym, że to tu jest?
Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do what in return. Though I did want to fight a bit more than I...
Dobra. Nie, tu nic nie ma, to jest zawalone, tu się nic więcej nie da zrobić. Tutaj też nie. Dobra, czyli okej, to jest takie sobie, zobaczymy co z tego wyjdzie. Pewnie tu questy będę odbierał. No, gdzie interesuje mnie, czy kubkę znalazła Vivian. Uciąć mu łapy to za mało. Jak to mówił Thanos, celuj w głowę.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive, I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute?
Hmm.
A guest?
A guest?
A któż to?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight. Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
Lubię wujka. Spoko człowieka. Może on coś wie. Przecież on udaje, że gra po tamtej stronie, więc może coś wiedzieć wujek w sumie. Nowa święta stolica.
The Dalmatian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Ale oni się podlizują, aż mi niedobrze jest momentami. Trochę nie brzmi szczerze momentami.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmecs will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmecs to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
Nawet Dion ma.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The
Szurnięty.
empire will live on.
Makabra.
Dion?
Yes, sire.
Dionowi się to nie do końca podoba, podejrzewam. Ciekawe jest to, że taki zacny rycerz walczy po stronie takiego potwora, jakim jest ten cesarz.
Prepare for battle. But sire,
No właśnie.
do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once.
Nie mogę patrzeć na matkę Clive'a. Serio?
MacGregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
O! Tego się nie spodziewałem. To ciekawy kolejny wątek.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
Skąd ty, kobieto, tyle wiesz?
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
No nieźle, tam się naprawdę ciekawe rzeczy dzieją. Hugo stracił łapki. Ten chodzi i... ma ich zdradzić. No teraz sobie wyobrażam powód, no. Honorowego rycerza zrobią z niego maszynę do zabijania, no. Kubka by się zgodził bez problemu, ale nie Dion.
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
Bogaty wujek. Dobrze mieć takiego wujka, jak to mówię.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kopko withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you.
Idziemy dalej Kubkę prześladować? Uratowali go, a teraz ja go gonię?
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Ona oszukuje.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Ah, my favorite pupil. Allow me to educate you. Study it well, Clive.
Kieł smok. Jeden z 5 pozostałych matczynek kryształów w Alistei. Aha, czyli się zgadza. Znajdujący się w granicach Republiki Genelmeki, czyli kryształ jednocześnie i kubka. Wszystko ma sens. Wszystko się składa w dobre puzzle. Różni się od innych, które wyrastają z ziemi i górują nad krajobrazem. Tym, że kieł smoka jest całkowicie zamknięty w olbrzymiej pustce wewnętrzno-pozaczasowej góry, a jego krystaliczne palce sięgają w głąb ku jej sercu. Czyli to jest tak jakby tytana moc. Niszcząc to teoretycznie niszczymy kryształ, który jest w ziemi. Zamiast na powierzchni. Dobra. Idziemy kolejny kryształ zniszczyć. Tu już nic nie ma. Dobrze.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
Ja bym zrobił dwie rzeczy na raz.
Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Dobrze, zanim podejdziemy do wujka, który oczywiście odpali chyba już misję. Ile mi brakuje? Seria w 50. Mogłem więcej walczyć. Dobra, zapiszmy sobie. 20 save. I lecimy dalej.
All right, uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Idziemy tylko po głowę kubki, a nie po matczyny kryształ. Trochę mnie to dziwi, bo moglibyśmy dwie rzeczy zrobić na nas. Musimy gonić za ich plecami. Może się okazać, że w tym odcinku tego nie skończę. Jeśli tak będziemy ich ganiać. O, pustynia, tego nie było jeszcze. Jest teraz pustynia. Ciekawe, kiedy na lód trafimy. Waleot to będzie w lodzie? Bo północne tereny przecież są z gliszczami i zniszczone.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Wydaje się to dość duży teren. Zagadka piasków. Jest tu fara... Ale to jest duże. Ale to jest duże. Spokój. Czatownia tytana, złota ścieżka, równiny. Taki wątek certy. O, powiem wam tak. Ponieważ to jest tak olbrzymie, nie będziemy się bawić w zwiedzanie tego wszystkiego. Po raz pierwszy mogę to powiedzieć. Jest to... Dobra. Mogę wam powiedzieć jedno. Tu będziemy robić zadania poboczne i inne, ale nie będziemy zwiedzać całego terenu, żeby znaleźć jakieś itemy, bo jest olbrzymi. Co najwyżej jakieś punkty widokowe może odwiedzę. Albo może nawet nie na nagraniu będę to robił. Nie no, bez sensu. Będę się włóczył na tej pustyni lata, zanim zwiedzę całą. A jeszcze nie wiadomo, czy coś sensownego znajdę.
Accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Jeśli się pomyli, formę damską dał. Dobrze, ciśniemy fabułę, bo ja nie będę się odnajdywał na tej pustyni. Nie ma to sensu. Resztę mogłem zwiedzać, ale pustyni nie będę zwiedzał. Nie oszalałem.
she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Już chcę mu się upić, no. Palmy tu są w ogóle. Kokosy poproszę. O, już pies na coś warci.
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Luda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them?
To brzmiało jak bitka.
Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Mądry pies. A w kapturze? Asasyn. W kapturze do knajpy wejdą, no. Patrzcie, asasyni.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
O, wiem, kupię sobie bilety do pracy. A co? Zanim taka scenka minie, to siwieje. Joshua? Cóż za spotkanie.
Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Jak on wszystko wie, tak jakby przyszłeś znów.
Yes, Your Grace. You must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Dużo rzeczy się tu dzieje naraz.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand. I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
Po to kaptury założyli, żeby słuchać.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
No i już się zdradziłeś.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Wujek sobie zje i poogląda. Dobrze, że popcornu nie wyciągnął.
Try it.
Okej. Widowiskowe rozcięcie, co? Level 33. Skończę z 100? Raczej nie. A ten dalej, no niemożliwy jest ten jego wuj. To jest bogacz.
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Niemożliwe. Ta dziewczyna nie powie Joshui?
Now's our chance.
Oni chyba bardzo nie chcą się spotkać z live'em.
Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Tylko uciekają przed Clive'em wiecznie. O co tu chodzi? Clive już wie.
Clive?
Aż tak dobrze wyczuł? Nawet wie, który...
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Wyczuł obecność Joshui. Dobre. Ale Joshua nie chce się z nim zobaczyć. To jest dosyć jasne. Pewnie dlatego, że Ultima ma. I to jest pewnie w jakimś sensie powód. No i jaka pustynna nuta.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Okej. To jest wszystko jasne. No, musimy dalej jechać. Brama zamknięta.
They've closed the road, and it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
Jakiś pomysł?
Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake.
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
Your arms are like iron. Are all your muscles so
Okej, tam jeszcze jest tu coś, jeszcze ktoś. A, dobra, ślepy jestem.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long.
To nie jest facet,
A woman by the name of
ale
Rosina
pomyłki w
Dalamil.
tłumaczeniach.
Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's family.
Tak myślałem, że goś na molu.
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamel. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do burdelu na pustyni? Dobrze.
Just look. Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
Raczej nie.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Okej. No i wszystko jasne. Znikajcie mi z oczu. Jeszcze się ładuje. Do widzenia. Więcej. No i koniec.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord.
Czyli jednak. Śluzy?
To the lock of leisure.
Śluzy. Okej, czy śluza ma jeszcze jakieś znaczenie? Którego ja nie znam. To w ogóle coś jest, jakiś sklep jeszcze? Tam jest sklep za mną, najpierw sklep. Nie wiadomo kiedy znowu tam podejdę do tego sklepu. Którą stronę jest ten sklep? Na rogu tu.
Anything I can interest you in? Go with Gilbert.
Dobra. Myślałem, że będzie miała coś dobrego, ale miała trochę lepszy miecz po prostu od reszty, ale nie miała tego, co ja miałem. Przeczytaj.
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge, the Briar's Kiss.
So it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid II?
O, nawet bierze drugi.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have.
Da mi odznakę zaraz.
I too have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
Wszystko wie.
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're gonna listen to this swaggering
We might as well...
Wojku, uspokój się.
It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
Serio?
Trouble! If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Nie ma pobocznych żadnych. Nie. Dobra. Pogadajmy sobie. Ale to jest przegadany odcinek. Makabra.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the mother crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Jedziemy od razu do 3.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the rock and the men of the rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking, with pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
The finest fabric.
In. To tu.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Tak myślałem, że tu się da wejść na górę, ale może dobrze, że poczekałem. Bo się okazuje, że i tak mnie tu wysłali. A tak bym grzebał bez sensu.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
this ends. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me
Ten przekupuje.
do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
Kupuje i sprzedaje. Dobrze, zobaczmy tą górę, jak już tu jesteśmy całą, a później wróćmy się do pana Byrona. Co to są tu za napisy wiecznie jakieś? Starczy jedno wykocie, a wróbia jak zaśpiewa. Wyklucie chyba. Okej, są dwie drogi. Pies mnie nie opuszcza. Dobrze wiedzieć, że tu są drugie schody. W razie czego. O, właśnie. Czegoś takiego szukałem. I teraz możemy rozmawiać.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen.
Iron jest jeszcze bogatszy niż P5 tysięcy.
Spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
Okej. Nawet wiem gdzie, nie muszę patrzeć na mapie. Widziałem tam miejsce, od razu zwróciłem uwagę, że tam się coś ciekawego pewnie wydarzy. To jest dosłownie kąt tej mapy. Przejeżdżałem przez niego na mapie. A jednak to była skrzynia. Wystarczyło pójść trochę dalej. Czy tu się da jakoś przejść? Raczej nie. Bez szans. Trzeba iść do drogi. Najgorzej naokoło. Przecież przez wodę nie można. Jeszcze gorzej, muszę jeszcze obiec mur. Ach, masakra. Tu też nie mogę. Jeszcze bardziej naokoło. Dobra, może włączę mapę. O, ja mam w ogóle... Dobra, tu... Teraz dobrze poszedłem i tu przez główną muszę przejść. Bramę. Tu odbijamy. I tu wybiegamy i o to chodziło. Jedziemy. Ambrozio. A zbierzemy tego itema z pustyni, zobaczymy co to jest. Na razie. Nie mam czasu na kogoś, kto nawet nie jest warty mojej uwagi. Jakby tu się pojawił jakiś boss, to zszedłbym z tego konia. A tutaj jest jakaś jaskinia. Wejdźmy do niej. Aha, to nie jest jaskinia, myślałem. Na mapy tak to wyglądało. Dobrze, no to tu pojedziemy. Kolejny item. Pustynne róże, no właśnie. To jest to, co kupiłem ostatnio. Ale bardzo miałem użytek z tego.
I'll take it from here.
Wujaszek chce się pochwalić. Jak u mnie załatwiać interesy?
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. Now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Walud, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem. My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both.
Masz rację. Macie rację. Jest ich więcej. Dobra. Nie sięgłem. Jeszcze więcej? Pies? Serio? Musieli mnie rozbroić? Dobra, po kurczaku zmusili mnie do zabicia kurczaka. Naprawdę konie przyszły walczyć? Dobrze, że moja ambrozja tak nie wchodzi w walkę. Dobra, pieczony kurczak ktoś zamawiał? O, możemy ulepszyć swojego skilla.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is.
A teraz wszystko jest jego. Nam to niepotrzebne.
Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Szwany lis. Umie robić interesy.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid II is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the south gate, was it not?
I dam znak.
You've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much. Greybeard.
Dobrze.
Here, wear this.
No, mówiłem, że pieczęć.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
O, sowa z wiadomością pewnie. Magiczna sowa. Opętał ją.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Misja poboczna. 2 nawet. O, jest to. Zagadka piasków jeszcze jakaś. Tak jak mówiłem wam. Zadania poboczne robimy od razu i je robimy od razu.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's...
Zrobimy sobie te zadania poboczne i na tym pewnie skończę już odcinek, bo pół godziny jakoś mi zostało. Mniej więcej gry.
People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
Nie.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
My carpets have bright
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. One crack, no matter how rough. Everything I've worked for. Ruined. All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalamil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Hanging lantern!
They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Oh, we can make our way back to the Fang now at least.
Dobrze, tu jest jeszcze jedna rzecz. A, tu jest gość. Myśliwy.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Jeszcze ten gość.
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then
Nawet to wie.
share a secret.
Mondrala.
Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Sid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Ciekawe. Dobrze, moi drodzy, tak, tu jest jeden quest. Gorąca woda. I od razu teleport jest do drugiego questa. Dobra. Wszystko jest jasne. Gdzie jest mój koń? Siadamy i jedziemy. Tu nic nie ma ciekawego. Jedziemy. Jaki kamieniołom. Jeszcze nie tu chyba. Nie. Jeszcze bardziej naokoło muszę jechać. O, coś tu jest, jakiś przedmiot, weźmiemy go. Mi coś nie pasuje, tu musi być w prawo odbicie właśnie. Tu jakiś item znowu. Bierzemy. Tam chyba jest. O właśnie, tak jak myślałem. Nie wiem dlaczego miałem przeczucie, że tu skrzynka będzie. Dobra. O, tu są te problematyczne potwory. Źle poleciało. No to nie ma znaczenia. To już źle nie poleci. Jeszcze więcej? Nie widzę, na co zmieniam. Dobre, po ikonach muszę tak, w ten sposób. Co z nim jest nie tak? Termobomba. Czy on... Aha, rozwalił mi tarczę. No to jest dużo twardsze. Dobra, złapmy go. Koniec. Dziwny jest mój miecz trochę. Ale zakończyliśmy tą misję poboczną.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Dobrze, teraz możemy się wrócić. Oddać obydwa questy. I myślę, że na tym skończymy ten odcinek. Zapiszę sobie tuż przed wejściem do następnej misji.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is gonna be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favorite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Co? Ach, tak, tyle, muszę się cofnąć. Dobra, to nie ma sensu tu biec, bo i tak się tu steleportuję, będę podwójnie biegł. Nawet takie głupie, małe odległości. Dobra, jedziemy. A później tu może z powrotem i tak będę musiał wrócić, więc jedźmy na razie tam. Ale ma szybkiego czokobo. Ja też chcę tak szybko jechać, jak ona oszukuje. Wyprzedza mnie normalnie. Ale oszustwa, ja nie wiem, co zjadł jego czokobo. Niby mam białego, niby, nie wiem, wyśmienity, legendarny, a patrzcie. Byrona czokobo jest po prostu strzałą.
work? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... You tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly.
Masakra.
So, do you crush it up?
Oj. Czyli tam trzeba. I 2 razy muszę się cofnąć. Oj, makabra. Makabra, ludzie, makabra. Myślałem, że te questy skończą się dużo szybciej, a ja jednak nie skończę tego w czasie, w którym chciałem to skończyć. Dobra, oddajmy tu jeden quest.
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Dobra, jedno ukończyliśmy, a drugie się przeciągło. 360, czyli w szkarłaty. To mi potrzebne do... Okej. Czyli gra powoli chce, żebym się cofnął do kryjówki jeszcze. Myślałem, że szybciej skończę, a tu widzę, że jeszcze kryjówkę zaliczymy. A, bo to tu jest. Dobra, okej, to z łaźni. Dobra. Zrobimy to. Oddamy mu te przedmioty. Wracamy do kryjówki. I myślę, że kończymy na kryjówce. naszą dzisiejszą grę.
But I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that? You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable, but only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
Mądrze. Dobrze prawi.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Po co mi? Dobra, moi drodzy. Kryjówka. Ja chyba wszystko mam, żeby skrafcić to, o czym myślę. Nowe pismo. Okej, przy okazji nowe pismo. To najpierw pismo. Pustynny sojusz.
Back, are ya? What do you want?
Jest.
Not bad.
I od razu załóż.
Anything else?
Dobrze, moi drodzy. Co tu jest? Sytuacja w krainie. I tablica łowiecka dostała coś nowego. Zerkniemy na tablicę łowiecką. I ja w tym miejscu chyba zakończę. Starczy. Bo trzeba będzie złowić jedną bestię. No i dotrzeć do kła smoka już tym razem. To najpierw dziewczyna.
Ah, my favorite pupil. How may I help you today? One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
Dobrze. I teraz nektar. Zobaczmy sobie, na co musimy upolować. Jest coś nowego. Pustynia. Niezwykle ważna sprawa. Dobra. Ale też w następnym odcinku. Dziękuję wam za oglądanie. Widzimy się w następnym. Ubijemy sobie tą bestię z pustyni. A później ruszymy do kła smoka. Dziękuję wam za oglądanie. Do następnego. Cześć. Trzymajcie się.